So I think we're just a couple minutes before 9 o'clock, and we've got some folks straggling in, but I think we're going to go ahead and get started and just welcome you all to today's training. So I just want to say good morning to everyone. My name is Erin Flynn, and I'm a healthcare project director at the Department of Vermont Health Access, and I'm very honored and pleased to welcome you all to the first day for this section of the Vermont Healthcare Innovations Core Competency Training for Frontline Care Coordinators. I want to take a second to really truly thank you all up front for your commitment to this important training and to acknowledge your efforts to carve the time out of your demanding work schedules to be here. I know that that's not easy to do. And I'd also like to personally thank you all for your patience as we work to accommodate all of you, that requested to attend this training and ultimately added a second section for the Burlington training site. And we really appreciate your flexibility in working with us on that. So we're very excited to be here today, but before we begin, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge some of the team members that put this training in place. So some folks you saw at the registration table, including Holly Stone and Carol McGoffin, and they're there to answer questions all day. Others that couldn't be here today include Pat Jones, Julie Wasserman, Deborah Lacey Baker, Georgia Maharis, and others. I just wanted to take a second to acknowledge all their hard work. Without it, it wouldn't have been possible to pull this training together. So I just want to take a moment to reflect on each day that passes and how I've become exceedingly amazed at the hard work and dedication and passion that you all devote to improving the lives of Vermonters with complex needs. In my role, I've seen providers across communities statewide come together and reimagine the way they work together in partnership with individuals to ensure that their goals and needs are being met. As a result of your tireless commitment to this work, I've heard care coordinators referred to as magicians and have been told by the parent of a young girl with complex needs that care coordination saved my family's life. I've heard story after story about how through collaboration, engagement, and teamwork, you've reached some of the hardest to reach Vermonters and made things happen that were previously thought impossible. As you continue your relentless efforts to coordinate care of Vermonters with complex needs, we hope that this core competency training series will offer you additional tools to support you in this work. So before I introduce you to our trainers for today, I just want to make a couple quick notes about logistics. If you take a look at the agenda that's in the blue folder you received at registration, you'll see that although we have a lot to cover today, you do have breaks scheduled for both the morning and the afternoon. It's not as warm as we might anticipate on a late April day in Vermont, but I feel like we always get a snowstorm this time of year, so not too surprising, but there is a nice courtyard just off the lobby if you have an opportunity to get some sun. There's a bathroom located, I think some of you have already found it. It's around the corner to the right. If on breaks that line gets really long, you can go down one floor and there's a multi-stall bathroom down there. So we've also allotted an hour and 15 minutes for lunch today so that you have plenty of time to run out and grab food if needed before our afternoon sessions, and there are plenty of local dining options right here in downtown Burlington. There's a few menus printed at the registration desk if you need any tips or advice and want to take a look. So without further ado, it is my distinct pleasure today to introduce you to our trainers from 3 different training organizations who've been working tirelessly to bring you today's training content. Our first training organization, Green Mountain Self-Advocates, is Vermont's statewide self-advocacy organization. GMSA supports more than 20 local self-advocacy groups where people with developmental disabilities meet to listen to one another, make new friends, and learn about their rights. Through peer-to-peer education, GMSA supports people with developmental disabilities to take control over their own lives, make decisions, solve problems, and speak for themselves. The GMSA board is run entirely by people with developmental disabilities, and GMSA staff sit on numerous advisory boards both in Vermont and at the national level, provide training and disability awareness presentations, and advocate at the State House for policies that will improve the lives of people with disabilities. Our second training organization, the Vermont Family Network, is a statewide family support organization dedicated to promoting better health, education, and well-being for all children and families in our state. VFM provides a single point of contact for information and referral, family-to-family support, and parent education. They also serve as Chittenden County's Children's Integrated Services Early Intervention Program. And finally, our third training organization, the Vermont Developmental Disability Council, is a federally funded, self-governing organization charged with identifying the most pressing needs of people with developmental disabilities in our state and addressing them through advocacy and strategic investments. Each year, VTDDC uses its resources in efforts that promote determination, independence, and full community inclusion for people with developmental disabilities. Activities include conducting research, providing training and technical assistance, developing coalitions, encouraging citizen participation, and keeping policymakers informed about disability issues. More than 60% of the Council's membership is made up of people with developmental disabilities or their family members. Advocates and state agency representatives also serve on the Council. So with that, I would like to turn the mic over to Kirsten Murphy, who is going to begin our training for today and will introduce you to the rest of her team. So thank you all very much and have a wonderful day.